PRC First Alert Weather Extra Chief Meteorologist Wes Wyatt. We made it up to 67 in Tuscaloosa today after a chilly start to the day. Our low in Birmingham and Anniston was 39 degrees to start things off. Tonight, similar chilly conditions expected as the wind settled. The sky remains clear, so plan on another chilly night as we go to our weather headlines. What's on the way here? After the cold night, we got some more clouds tomorrow and a very warm weekend on the way. That's the next big thing. Still expecting a big rebound in those temperatures later on this week. All right, First Alert AccuTrack, we're showing 68 at this hour in Jasper, 58 in Haleyville, Coleman at 57. You kind of get a good idea where we're going to see some of those upper 30s tomorrow morning, where we already have 50s there on the temperature map. Looking at that hour-by-hour breakdown, though, not too bad for tonight. It's a good thing we're not jumping right into summertime as we check out those temperatures. By the way, 43 days away from the start of meteorological summer. Here's a look at tomorrow morning, 6 a.m., 41, winds east-southeast at 7 to start the day. Again, some areas to the far north and the east. We'll see some upper 30s there on the temperature map. You check in with Matt and Mickey early in the day, and by lunchtime we're in the 60s, but there will be some more clouds tomorrow. I don't think it's going to be a gloomy day, but there'll be a little bit of sun mixing in, and there's a chance that we could see maybe a sprinkle to the far west tomorrow, but the chance is extremely low. The air is so dry, dew points very low right now, so that's another contributing factor to those falling temperatures that we have for tonight. There's a look at tomorrow morning, what you can expect. Lows in the 40s and 30s to start the day. But what a week with these breaks in the clouds. It's been some of the best weather that we've had in quite some time for checking out what's happening in the night sky. And once again, meteorologist Lauren Linehan joining us right now. And Lauren, so much happening this week to check out, including that Lyrid meteor shower.
Oh yeah, Wes, we got a lot going on in the night sky, which, I mean, I think that's preferable. We have stuff going on up in space, not here. That's the way we like it. So as we look at those conditions in the night sky this week, like Wes said, a lot of the nights we're going to be seeing are going to be clear. So great viewing conditions. Really, tomorrow night's the only night we could have some clouds around. That could kind of put a damper on things, but rain chances looking low at least. Let's look at that moon phase though. The current moon phase is the waning gibbous moon. So what does that mean? Well, translation, that is when you've just moved out of that full moon phase, like that gorgeous pink moon we saw over the weekend. That wasn't actually pink, but the moon is 87% illuminated, and a lot of times with these waning or waxing gibbous moons, they're going to rise a little later in the evening. So sometimes you'll see that moon right at sunset, but this takes a little bit longer, a bit of a delay. And so it's going to be moving towards that last quarter moon phase, which will be in effect as we go into the weekend. But as for today, we're still pretty quiet across our area in terms of that. Let's see, we got an issue here with our graphic. There we go. Okay, coming right back up. So we talked about the waning gibbous moon phase, but the next thing we're going to be focused on as we get into the next couple days, like Wes said, that Lyrid meteor shower. So let's see what's going on with our system here. It's being a little iffy with us. Here we go. This is what we want to look at. So we're not only talking about a meteor shower, but there's also going to be the potential for seeing 4 planets lined up later this week. So what planets could we see? Well, closest to the horizon is going to be Jupiter, and the next up will be Mars, Venus, Saturn. As we know, Jupiter, Saturn, 2 of our bigger planets, but they're not going to look as big as they do here because they are farther away. But that should be pretty cool. And the best time to see these is actually going to be closer to sunrise each morning. So a little bit before sunrise, right around dawn, is going to be that best chance to see them, and I would look towards the east-southeast. Now, if you want to see the moon around that time, it's going to be a little farther to the west, but just definitely look closer to the horizon, and first up will be Jupiter, but it's not every day you see all the planets lined up like that. So again, great views this week. As we go into the next couple of days, we'll still be looking at that potential for the planets to be shining brightly, and as we go into the weekend, getting a little closer to the weekend, that's when we're going to be seeing the potential for not just the Lyrid meteor shower, but those 4 planets lining up. So I think the ones that are going to be having the best views are going to be Venus and Jupiter. Those are going to be the brightest. And remember, those are going to be the ones a little closer to the horizon, but the best time to view these is going to be around sunrise, and then at sunset, that's when we're going to be seeing, as far as the Lyrid meteor shower, the best time to view that is going to be a couple of hours before sunset. So as of right now, that Lyrid meteor shower does look like it's going to be peaking as we get into Thursday and Friday evening. So by Friday evening, that's when we're going to see the best chance for likely the moon not being as illuminated. You have to factor into that with the moon's illumination right now. It's not in a full moon phase, but it's just lit up enough that it can maybe make it a little harder to view some of these meteors. But it will be peaking from 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. Thursday night and Friday night. We're talking 10 to 20 meteors per hour, and that's kind of on the higher end of things. If you are able to see 20 meteors, remember, give yourself a good hour to adjust, but the weather's going to be great for this. I mean, check out that forecast. 50s, looking pleasant and dry. Generally, the idea with the Lyriad meteor shower is to look towards the north and east. So hopefully we'll be all able to indulge in that. We don't have any severe weather in the immediate forecast, so that's always good news, Wes. I know I will certainly be trying to get out and getting those eyes adjusted to see some of those meteors.
Yeah, lots happening in the night sky and some great weather. This is often a great time of the year. You don't have the humidity. Sometimes it gets so muggy and so humid during the overnight hours, especially during the summertime. This was a beautiful view of the full moon from Gary Ernest, sharing that on the First Alert weather app over the weekend. We enjoyed a few breaks in the clouds, but as we move ahead, I mentioned chilly tonight. We've got a chance for some rain showers to come back in early next week, but that overall pattern, it looks kind of dry here. Certainly it's changed. We're going to talk a lot about this changing pattern that we're in right now and the next rain opportunities coming up in First Alert Weather. Also, here's what's on the way as we continue on First Alert Weather Extra. We're talking about skiing at Lookout Mountain with Fred Hunter. That'd be kind of a fun trip to go on a ski trip with Fred, right? I want to see Fred water ski first off. Beyond the 7-day with Jill, that is up as we continue here on First Alert Weather Extra. Stay with us. The Next Big Thing gives you a heads up days ahead of the next big storm system. The Next 24 gives you the most accurate and updated look at tomorrow. And the Next 60 gives you a 60-minute advantage against Mother Nature. Knowing what's next, days, hours, or minutes away, this is why we First Alert.
When we declare First Alert Weather Day, it's all hands on deck. We're on your side and in your hand with the First Alert Weather app. While Wes and the rest of the team track changes moment to moment, the app keeps you prepared and safe with video and alerts for your neighborhood. And if the power goes out, no worries, you can stream us anywhere. It's easy and it's always on. Stay ahead of Alabama weather. Just scan and tap and have the First Alert Weather app. This is why we First Alert.
On Good Day Alabama, we treat severe weather with the highest priority. It's more than just meteorologists. Everyone plays a part. Having more reporters in more places takes you beyond the First Alert, showing you the impact that we see on radar. We're live in your neighborhood when you need us. On air, online, and on the app. That's the advantage of having the most reporters on your side. That's the advantage of Good Day Alabama.
Our lives revolve around planning for what's next, like the next ball game.
One hot dog with ketchup? It's the same with weather. That's why we're on your side with the next big thing, the next 60 and the next 24. Knowing what's next, days, hours, or minutes away.
This is why we First Alert. Who puts ketchup on a hot dog?
Getting live breaking news and local updates has never been easier. That's because we're on your side with the WBRC streaming app. Need updates between newscasts? You can catch up quick here. And when we're live on TV, we're live here too. Just search WBRC on your Roku, Amazon Fire, or Apple TV. WBRC Fox 6 News is on your side.
All right, welcome back to First Alert Weather Extra. Well, some more snow video for you. Check this out. That big winter storm there impacting parts of the Northeast. Right now, people across the Northeast dealing with snow-coated roads, driveways. As this late season, it's a nor'easter, pummels the region. The system already dumped a foot of snow in parts of Pennsylvania and New York. The snow should be out of the region by early tomorrow morning, but you could feel the chill in the air here across the deep south last night with that cold breeze, and the wind was a factor last night, but that breeze, look at that, some overturned vehicles, just a traffic headache there with winter weather impacting parts of New England and the Northeast. We actually had yesterday, if you recall, right here on First Alert Weather Extra, some snow video with a peep and right here at Easter time. It's time for some warm weather, right? But it looks like over the next few days, we're certainly going to see some big improvements and some warmer weather. It's at least going to take over for us here across our region. But it's that time of the year. I know the tree pollen was a big factor over the past couple of weeks, but it looks like by the end of the week, we could see those pollen levels starting to rise again. Let's check in with meteorologist Matt Daniel.
All right, we've got some a stretch of dry weather, some sunshine, and of course that would mean some pollen. So that tree pollen is going to remain an issue for us for the next several weeks. Of course, hopefully we should start seeing that lower eventually, and it ends up becoming more dominant in the summer months with your grass pollen. But the trees remain high. Oak, sycamore among the trees that could make you sneeze just a little bit. And just to give you an idea, with the pollen first alert sneeze meter, it's going to remain fairly high for the next several days. I do want to give you a first alert as we go into tomorrow. We are going to see some breezy winds, southeast winds right around 10 to 20, gusting to 25. And when you got a lot of wind like that, that's going to stir up that pollen. So if you suffer with seasonal allergies like myself, make sure you take that medicine. Maybe limit your time outdoors if you can. Otherwise, that pollen's going to get you. And as we go into the rest of this week into the weekend, we're looking at dry conditions and warm temperatures, easily climbing into the 80s. So not seeing any much in the way of relief until early next week, which I know Jill West will be mentioning as well beyond the 7-day. Best days if you want to plant the flowers. We got some great weather for this, of course. If you see those green colors on this graphic, it's looking pretty good. Temperatures mainly in the 80s. So if you don't like warm weather, do it early in the morning while it's relatively cool. And you can see maybe not necessarily super poor conditions, but definitely I want to mention there is a small chance for an isolated shower, but I think overall going into the weekend looking pretty good if you want to plant your garden, the flowers, tomatoes, anything that you want to do over the next several days.
Well, actually, Fred's going to take us to Gibbs Garden Center in Coleman. It's that time of the year doing a lot of planting with some good tips on making that transition here with planting during the warmer months.
We're here today in Good Hope with Dusty Gibbs at Gibbs Garden Center in Coleman County. Now, Dusty, everybody after Easter is ready for a big warm up, but we know that we can still have some chilly nights. So you've got all kinds of plants and flowers here. What do people need to be doing now, and what kind of precautions do they need to take? And I guess you've got some plants that are a little more tolerant to the chill in the morning.
Yeah, you know, weather here can be tricky here in North Alabama. So you got to watch, you know, everybody's anxious to get ferns and things like that out. You got to be careful with those. Usually we're past the kind of the freeze point, but they sure don't need a frost on them. So make sure they're under an awning or something like that if we do get a frost. And I'd be careful about planting stuff in the ground. Now, if you got hanging baskets or something like that, you can set them back and protect them also. And then you can also look, we have some petunias and calibrachoas and some things like that that's kind of acclimated to the weather that you can go ahead and put out and you don't have to worry about it. We had a pretty good frost this morning, and this stuff you see behind us here, it was outside. So some of those things will be fine, but you know, geraniums and certain plants, you just want to be careful, not let them get a frost on them, and just be careful what you get in the ground. And if you do, then you're going to have to cover that with not being able to move it or whatnot.
So wait a little longer to put your ferns and that type of thing out.
Right, and you know, a lot of people have them on the porch and all, so that's fine, as long as they're covered or something like that. Or if you got some type of get together or something like that and you want to set some out, go ahead and do that. Just keep it in mind, if we're going to get one of those, you know, late spring frosts, you're going to kind of want to, you know, throw them in the garage or up on the porch or something where they're covered if we do have that.
Okay, we can still have some cool nights.
Oh, absolutely. It ain't, you know, we're here in Good Hope, and it's not uncommon for us to get a frost. You know, I think the freeze maybe is over with,
right?
But you know, it's not uncommon at all for us to get a frost right up through the first week of May a lot of times, you know.
All right, we always tell people, protect your pets, protect your pipes, and protect your plants.
That's right.
So some good advice from Dusty here. So we'll keep you updated as we go through the summer with more absolutely Alabama weather reports.
All right there, Fred, and we really enjoy those gardening reports. Getting those gardens ready, this is a great week for it. We've got the warmer temperatures, we got some dry weather to talk about, but we get the plants in the ground. Will we see any rainfall? Well, we'll talk about that next in your First Alert Weather as we continue right here. You are watching First Alert Weather Extra. Stay with us.
Every morning on Good Day Alabama, we know the news that matters the most to you is the news that hits closest to home.
And we know that to tell the best story means going to where the story is. That's why having more reporters in more places is so essential.
Giving you more local stories that impact your family, your school, and your safety.
On air, online, and on the app.
That's the advantage of having the most reporters on your side. That's the advantage of Good Day Alabama.
I hear from people all the time with questions about healthcare, their insurance, and the safety of certain treatments. I'm Morgan Hightower, and I investigate these stories because if I were being taken advantage of, or if my family couldn't get the help they needed, I would want to know how to take action. That's why WBRC Fox 6 News investigates. We're on your side, getting answers, keeping you informed and safe. Contact us when you need a team on your side.
Get pinpoint locations down to your street level on the First Alert Weather app. You can download by searching WBRC in your app store. That's accuracy you can plan on.
I hear from people all the time having problems with their landlord or worried about being ripped off by a bad business. I'm Josh Gann, and I investigate stories like these because if I had questions about protecting my finances or how to save more money, I would want the best advice available. That's why WBRC Fox 6 News investigates. We're on your side getting answers, keeping you informed and safe. Contact us when you need a team on your side.
Get First Alert weather and breaking news. Follow us on Twitter. Search at WBRC News.
Get First Alert weather and breaking news. Follow us on Facebook. Search at WBRC News.
All right, 7-day forecast here on First Alert Weather Extra. It looks mainly dry for the next several days. Tomorrow, you check the weather app, you may see a small 5 to 10% chance of a sprinkle, but we're talking mainly dry weather. It is so dry at the moment. Any rain tries to move in, a lot of that's going to evaporate, but there could be a sprinkle across far northwest areas late tomorrow. Next big thing is that first alert for warmer weather this weekend. Riley Green at Talladega. Big weekend, Talladega. We're looking at some nice conditions. Highs in the 80s. By the way, that race right here on WBRC. And it looks like Saturday for the USFL Birmingham Stallions. Yeah, we've got a nice weekend dialed up. Coleman, we got the Bloomin' Festival happening Monday and Tuesday. That's the next chance of rain next week. That's going to be Monday night, Tuesday morning. So the rain does hold off. It's not moving in early Monday. It's Monday night. And at that point, that system, as it moves in, is going to be in a weakening cycle as it arrives here across Alabama. Questionable just how much rain we're going to see out of that. It seems like every time we get an update, it looks less impressive. I certainly don't see any severe weather out of that system right now. But next 24 hours, tonight, tomorrow morning, the big story is going to be the cold conditions. Light winds tonight. Notice we've got that light east-southeast breeze. Last night, the winds were still quite gusty. You could really feel it here on Red Mountain. And early tomorrow morning, with things very calm, settling down, those valleys, temperatures could tumble as low as 36, 37 degrees in some areas. Last night, again, we dropped to 39 here in Anniston and Birmingham. Although we'll see it's that setup where we have big drops at night and then we'll see a big warm up during the afternoon. But notice there's some clouds and the winds are shifting direction. Out of the southeast tomorrow. Winds have been out of the north. Now they're changing around to the southeast, and that's also going to aid in that warming trend over the next couple days. Notice a couple of showers showing up across the western part of the state. Don't know if we're going to see much out of that. Again, mainly dry weather as we've been talking about all week long. We're expecting some big improvements here, and that warming trend really starts to kick in by Friday into Saturday. Notice they're warming 85, 87 for Sunday's high temperature. So on the 7-day forecast, again, dry through the weekend. It's Monday night and into Tuesday. And meteorologist Jill Gilardi joining me right now. And Jill, we were talking about that system coming up there Monday night and into Tuesday. And it looks like the forecast rainfall amounts have lessened just a bit. I said this before. I put brand new sod out in my backyard. You can blame me. We'll see now a drier trend, right?
Yeah, it's all your fault. All right. Look for those emails and messages, Wes. No. The pattern is changing. We've been giving you that first alert, and it is sharply changing to a drier one. Now, in terms of our temperature pattern, we look at the jet stream and we look for those ridges, and usually right down the axis of it, you have your warmer temperatures, and then we look for the troughs, and that's where you have your colder temperatures. So we're kind of right on the edge of a trough and a ridge. So those temperatures don't look too extreme in one direction or another as we go through the last few days in the month of April. Now you'll notice that ridge starts to shift eastward as we head into the first part of May. So what does that mean for us? We're going to see that axis of very warm temperatures. So it does look like we'll heat up again after briefly cooling on down. And again, it looks like that ridge just wants to park itself over us for several days. So hot, dry weather looks to be the trend maybe for the future, something we'll be watching. Doesn't mean we can't see a cool down though, so we'll be seeing if that trough does set up as we get towards the 5th of May. So looking beyond the 7-day, there are ups and downs. Now I don't see a whole lot of rain. Right now, those rain chances going 8 to 14 days out look pretty much on the low end side. So any new plants will need to be watered. And again, you can see the Climate Prediction Center is also seeing that trend towards maybe slightly below normal precipitation. It's not uncommon when we have La Nina, the equatorial Pacific waters, they're running below normal, for us to end up having below average precipitation. So something we'll keep a watch on and keep you updated right here on Weather Extra. Wes?
All right, Jill, I was looking at some of that long-range data, saw the upper 80s. Didn't quite see the big 9-0 just yet, but it's going to be quite toasty according to some of that long-range data. We start talking about upper-level ridges, a high pressure that often correlates with some much warmer weather. Well, lots of events happening as we've talked about coming up this weekend. We'll have some specific event forecasts for you after the break, and we'll check in once again on the 7-day forecast as we continue here on First Alert Weather Extra. Stay with us.
Getting live breaking news and local updates has never been easier. That's because we're on your side with the WBRC streaming app. Need updates between newscasts? You can catch up quick here. And when we're live on TV, we're live here too, giving you more ways to get caught up with everything happening where you live. Plus, exclusive videos from your First Alert weather team. It's easy to use and it's free. Just search WBRC on your Roku, Amazon Fire, or Apple TV. WBRC Fox 6 News is on your side.
You've got enough to worry about every day. That's why the First Alert Weather Team is on your side, so you can plan with confidence and take the worry out of weather. With exclusive First Alert AccuTrack, we pinpoint storms before they arrive. And with Weather Every 6, you are always informed. Alabama's weather changes fast, but we're working even faster, updating and alerting you first. We know your plans are important. This is why we First Alert.
Every morning on Good Day Alabama, we're on your side trying to get you where you're going safely. First Alert Traffic updates you on slowdowns and gives you alternate routes. Having more reporters covering the roads you drive on gives you even more info to help you know more about why it happened and when it will be cleared. On air, online, and on the app. That's the advantage of having the most reporters on your side. That's the advantage of Good Day Alabama.
I get calls and emails all the time from people wanting to know how cities, counties, and the state are spending their tax dollars. I'm Jennifer Horton, and I investigate how your tax dollars are being used because I don't want your money or mine wasted or fraudulently spent by politicians in power. That's why WBRC Fox 6 News investigates. We're on your side, following the paper trail, asking the tough questions, and giving you the facts. Contact us when you need a team on your side.
All right, welcome back to First Alert Weather Extra. As we look at the weekend and what's on the way, we got some warmer temperatures on the way later on this week. Lots of events happening. Let's get some of those events forecasts from Mickey Ferguson.
Hey, let's get started here. We've got some events coming up in around our parks.
You know,
these areas.
that's the coolest thing about going into the late spring and summer months. There's always something happening around Central Alabama. We got lots of stuff.
We really do. And we start out with Barron's baseball forecast. And
starting up.
I'm looking the wrong way. This is tomorrow at 7:05 p.m. and they're taking on Biloxi. Is that Wet Nose Wednesday? What does that mean exactly?
Believe you bring the dogs.
Or if you
bring
got
the
a
pets.
cold, I guess you can go.
Yeah, I probably don't want to do that.
All right, I was just wondering. But first pitch, 69 degrees, and looks like the weather's going to cooperate nicely. We've got some clouds, and there's this itty-bitty chance of maybe a sprinkle or two.
Yeah, I doubt it's going to. I think most of that's going to be well to the north, but I would just plan for a dry game. So that should be pretty good for the Barron's game right there. And they've got games all week long, by the way, going into the weekend. So.
And then we've got the USFL big game. We've got it at Protective Stadium. That is Michigan at New Jersey.
Yeah, so that's going to be the first game on Friday evening. Of course, we're going to have more games over the weekend. So if you got your baseball fix, you get your football fix.
And the weather should cooperate for that game as well. So that is Friday at Protective Stadium with sunshine at the beginning of the game and then only cooling off to the 60s by the fourth quarter.
That's right.
Beyond that.
And then as we go into the weekend for a doubleheader, got two games.
Yeah, Pittsburgh Maulers at Philadelphia Stars. So that game starts at 11 a.m. Sunshine for that, and it looks like at about 3 p.m. Still sunny and very, very warm.
Yeah, low mid 80s, so it's going to be pretty hot. So make sure you grab the sunglasses, the hat, sunscreen too, especially if you're going to go to attend both games. Because guess what? 6 p.m. We've got Birmingham Stallions. They're going to be going up against Houston.
Houston Gamblers?
The Gamblers.
You know, when the Gamblers' offense is coming down the field, you got to know when to hold them.
We need a drum insert.
Oh, sorry.
Anyways, mid 70s for that. Looking pretty good for that game as well.
All right, what's next on the horizon here?
I don't know.
This is that Dadgum Bloomin' Festival.
That's right. That's in Coleman.
Yeah.
And it's this weekend. It's both days, Saturday and Sunday. And I mean, it's looking really nice for that, Mickey.
I hope you have a bloomin' good time because we're expecting sunny skies there, mostly sunny to partly cloudy, and it's warm, really warm for that Bloomin' Festival.
80s once again. So the biggest advice, grab the sunscreen, a hat, sunglasses, try to stay cool, be in the shade if you can, as it's going to be another warm afternoon.
Is it time to head to the Riley Green concert? That's Saturday. This is at Talladega Super Speedway. So I guess that's before the big race, Saturday. Sunshine at 7 p.m. and then cooling off into the 60s during the game?
That's right.
During the race? No, during the concert? Getting everything mixed up.
It's okay, Mickey. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be really nice going into Saturday evening. I think the people that if you got tickets to the race Sunday, you're able to go to this concert as well. Those tickets work together. So it should be a great evening for some music from Riley Green. So enjoy it. 60s, not bad at all. And then, of course,
the big race on Sunday
in Talladega.
It's the Geico 500. Do you think that little gecko is going to be there?
I would probably bet on it.
Oh, yeah. Can you bring your own gecko, maybe?
I have no clue.
Okay. Well, it's sunny, 83 degrees at the start of the race, and then 77 degrees, a few more clouds because we might have an itty-bitty chance of rain on Monday.
Yeah, so I know there's probably even more events that we're not even covering, but is there any particular one that we just showed that you might want to go to?
I have a hopscotch tournament I'm attending, but I think the weather's going to be nice for that as well.
Good luck with that.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Enjoy.
All right, well, if we see a holding call for that Gamblers game, we can blame Mickey. Beautiful photo there from Candy Coggins in Coleman, Alabama. Lots of sunshine out there today. We got some nice weather again for the rest of this week with all those events that will be happening. And as we check out the 7-day forecast, temperatures in the mid to upper 80s by Sunday. That next chance of rain Monday night and into Tuesday of next week. Hope you have a great evening. It's going to be chilly out there. Chief Meteorologist Wes Wyatt with meteorologist Lauren Linehan and Jill Gilardi, Mickey and Matt Daniel and Fred Hunter. And we certainly appreciate you tuning in to First Alert Weather Extra. You can catch us right here Monday through Friday, streaming on the app and our streaming channels at 6:30. Back tonight, join us for WBRC Fox 6 News on your side at 9, 9:30 and 10.